Muy buenas tardes, bienvenidos a nuestro programa Palestinos por el Mundo. Es el programa para todos los palestinos alrededor del mundo y para nuestros amigos que apoyan las causas justas. Aquí mandamos un gran agradecimiento a Vote TV por su apoyo de siempre. Saludo para la Asociación Salvadoreña Palestina y también la Unión Palestina de América Latina, sin olvidar siempre en nuestros amigos en Raíces Árabes TV en Chile. Hoy, la verdad, tenemos a un hombre extraordinario. Tenemos a un invitado muy especial. Yo le voy a dar un poquito sobre su vida y el resto lo vamos a escuchar durante nuestra plática. Tenemos hoy al doctor Mjalli, reconocido mundialmente en el negocio y descubrimiento en la industria farmacéutica, como también el desarrollo de nuevos medicamentos. En realidad, su trabajo también va mucho más allá de todo esto. Él es fundador de otras más de 20 compañías en diferentes áreas: educación, energía, agricultura, construcción, desarrollo, bienes raíces, comercio y fianzas. Estas compañías están enfocadas en la ciencia, educación, tecnología, turismo y superación del ser humano en los países en desarrollo. En los primeros pasos de su temprano liderazgo, logró con éxito crear $1 billón en participaciones y acciones entre varias farmacéuticas y compañías. También se hará negocios exitosos de multibillones de dólares entre las grandes farmacéuticas y biotechnological companies a nivel mundial. Doctor Adnan Mjalli escribió cientos de artículos científicos, varios libros, y fue reconocido como inventor de más de 700 patentes y aplicaciones de patentes. Doctor Mjalli sirvió en la junta directiva de SIGA Technologies, North Carolina Biotechnology Center, y otro miembro directivo de la Universidad Americana Árabe, y miembro directivo de Al-Quds Universidad también, y muchos puestos más. Doctor Adnan también es fundador y presidente de fundaciones sin fines de lucro y humanitarias. Nuestro invitado, el doctor Mjalli, es creador también de The Foundation of Education, presidente de la Academia Americana de Palestina, quien apoya en dar ayuda a estudiantes, becas y para el desarrollo de escuelas juveniles en Palestina. Yo puedo seguir hablando por mucho tiempo, pero lo mejor es escuchar del doctor Mjalli algo sobre él. Good morning, good afternoon, Dr. Mjalli. Nice to have you in our program Palestinos por el Mundo. Tahiyati.
Thank you, أخي يعني سمعان خوري. Good evening to you and to your viewers, wherever they may. It's evening time. I'm in Amman right now, Jordan, in one of the hotels, and but I have to take this interview. I'm looking forward to it. And I'd like to thank you personally for all the efforts you've taken and you've done thus far, working with the Arab community to help spread the Arab message, goals, objectives worldwide. So thank you again. Good evening. I'm excited to really begin the discussion where at the point where you feel like it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adnan. I would like to ask you some questions. Sorry if I don't have so well English too, but I will try it. It's the best way to be in contact with you and to let your words, your thoughts, your work be reached our people here in America Latina. First of all, I would like Dr. Mjalli to begin this conversation with you by going back to your origins. I would like to ask you if you could share with our audience a bit about your childhood in Palestine, as well as where you and your family are from.
Thank you. I was born actually in Tubas, which is in Palestine. Tubas is the largest agricultural governorate in historical Palestine, and now, and we are roughly the land of Tubas from Tiberias, Bisan, all the way down back to Jericho, south and east of the river of Jordan, and west almost to Jenin borders. So that's where I was born, and at that time the West Bank was under the Jordanian rules, was part of the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. And then I was raised on a farm. Our mission, our goal was quite difficult, is to succeed and progress in schools. Teaching education is the number goal, like most Palestinian families, for their children, while we are working with our parents in the farm. So we have to accommodate between what the school needs and the farm, my parents' needs. We led a quite difficult life, but with determination and hard work and commitment, I've been able to graduate high school from Tubas, and then I moved to Jordan, where I finished my first degree, bachelor, and then I had a scholarship to finish my master and my PhD in the UK. It was full scholarship. At that time, I was the youngest PhD, I think, in the Arab world in medicine. And basically, I moved on to the US, where I held my first position in academia, as well as a researcher. Then basically, I moved to the pharmaceutical industry. I did work for Merck Sharp and Dome, which is the largest pharmaceutical company. I did my training, my work, and then I became an entrepreneur, or maybe I was before an entrepreneur, but the entrepreneurialism really played out and came out a couple of years after my first venture in California, Kentucky, and then ended in North Carolina, where we are right now. MIG USA is a holding company that holds in excess of 20 companies in healthcare, in education, in real estate, and many other sectors. My focus and passion is healthcare, medicines, longevity. We are into longevity, food supply chain, medical security, and with some investments and work in the real estate development space. Our main project is the Oasis project, which is designing and building out the future city of tomorrow, or the future city, the ideal future city, where all tools of longevity, healthy aging, are implemented in every point in the city, at every point, living, working, shopping, hotel, dining, wining, whatever you like. And that's a new paradigm shift in the way we build cities and in the way we expand cities. So my hands are full. I'm really excited about this opportunity, this interview, this meeting, to speak to you further and to talk to you about all the issues of interest. Habibi Saman.
Thank you so much, Doctor. You remember when we've been together, I think, on 2019, you promised to visit us here too. So we are waiting.
Well, I am looking forward to see you soon. Can you tell me when is the best time to come and see you, and see your friends, and meet our people in Brazil and Latin America? I'm really excited.
Whenever you like, you are welcome here. Doctor,
Okay.
can you tell me, how did you decide to go for your branch of study, this branch?
Basically, to me, it was something very special. I think we had a couple of situations in the family. My younger brother was very sick, and without known reasons and without medicine, and nobody knew what it was. And it was a very difficult time for us. All of these doctors and medicines and services could not really help my 13-year-old brother. However, I think that led me to think about behind medicine, to think about cause of diseases, not to actually understand the disease, and how to treat it. But you can't treat it unless you really understand how the body develops a disease, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes. How does it start? How do you prevent it in the first place? We came a long way in our business in that sector, but that's the main drive for me. And how do I do that? I had to go into medicinal chemistry and learn the medicine and learn the biology and learn the human structure, the human body, the pathways, how cells communicates, how the gut and colon communicate with the brain and the rest of the body, how the brain communicates to the pancreas, to produce insulin, and how these microorganisms communicate to the brain to control inflammation, to control and block depression, anxiety, Parkinson's disease, AML, as well as Alzheimer's disease. So that has been my passion, and that's the path I took. It was a difficult path, but I achieved it when I was 24 and a half years old with a PhD. I was determined to succeed. I was determined to really make it work, and that's where I am now.
Thank you so much. Doctor, as an internationally recognized in the business of drug discovery and development of new medicines and pharmaceutical and biotechnology industry, but also as the founder of more than 20 companies in many areas, including education, energy. It would be amazing if you could share with us three key aspects that you would give young men and women aspiring to build successful academic and professionals career.
Yeah, the three things here really is to have a vision, and to really have a vision, there is behind it hope. Never give up hope. People who really go through hard times, but yet they have a vision, determination, they're determined, and they work well together in a teamwork to build organizations. You can't build an organization by yourself. I encourage, the Arabs are known for not really being able to work together as teams. Uh, my message has been to the youth, the young generation, to really work together, because working together with the same vision and focus would lead to bigger accomplishments, uh, as to one person. Even if that one person is successful, the accomplishments will be less than if there were 3 or 5 or 10 people. So you got to have a vision, you got to have determination, and you need to work together with the right people and the sky is the limit then.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I would like to ask you another questions. As seen as you have founded this 20 companies or more that focus on science, tourism, entertainment, technology, and advancement of human capital in developing countries. Could you tell us about the development project that you have carried out, maybe in Palestine?
Okay, good question. I have carried out a number of projects. Of course, each project, and what is common about all of my projects, there is innovation behind them. I invest in innovation in IT, innovation in education, innovation in agriculture, innovation in the banking system. So wherever there is innovation, a novel idea that's uh, capable for advancement, that's where I come in. So I have made major investments in the infrastructure, human capital, education with the Palestinian people. Uh, I have, I did have, water is key issue for the Palestinians in areas A. We don't really have all of our water. Israelis take most of it. The consumption of water between a Palestinian person in the West Bank and an Israeli person, roughly 25-fold to one. The average person consume 25 times more in water than a Palestinian person. There is a shortage. So I invested a lot of money in digging a big water well that I was successful in that, despite the chances were very, very little, 1%. But I was successful, and that led to huge job employment. That led to 25,000 dönum of land, Palestinian land. That was nothing grown in it. It became a paradise and became a place where farmers, Palestinians, get together, being able to farm their land and being able to earn their money, their daily living, and being able to export despite difficulties in the region as to where the Palestinians could export their high quality goods. So that's a project and that has a huge human capital impact on the community, on the Palestinians and the region. There was a project also in cement factories where we were providing the homes, buildings with all the cement that they need. And that project was also a big employment hub for Palestinians and their families. This is a Palestinian money, a Palestinian investor. Even though I'm an American, but my roots and my excitement comes from Palestine, where I was born, and from the place where my father was born, and from the place where my grandfather was born. So that these two projects, I do have also an education, a project where we preparing and educating people to use e-learning. They call it e-learning. So you'll be able to dial in the way I am right now, and being able to pick your teacher and have your math lesson or your English lesson or your history lesson remotely, electronically. That's where the future of education is heading. We have a factory in money exchange, a company or a business in money exchange, that's in the West Bank. There are other companies, small projects there. Tourism project on the Dead Sea in Jordan. Most of our businesses are based in North Carolina, High Point, worldwide, but the headquarters is North Carolina, High Point.
Thank you so much. It's a great deal, because we lost, or we can say that they stole our water. Anyway, we will never forget, we will never lose our nationality too. As American, I'm Salvadorian too, but always we are from there, from that holy, beautiful land. Thank you, doctor. Vamos a un corte comercial y ya regresamos. Marahab, doctor. Otra vez aquí estamos en la segunda parte de nuestro programa con un gran hombre, un gran ser humano, francamente, que aún él tiene todas las comunidades del mundo. Como norteamericano, hasta él puede escoger la nacionalidad del que él quiere, pero siempre sus raíces palestinas están amarrando a él. Yo logré conocer su casa. Siempre quiere estar en Palestina, quiere estar cerca de su pueblo, del sufrimiento de nuestra gente allá. Bienvenido otra vez. أهلا بك دكتور مجالي كمان مرة. تحياتي. وهنا بدي أستغل الفرصة. I will ask you. هيك احنا, this is our destiny. We can speak a lot of languages in the same time. I forget that we are talking in English. So sorry for speaking in Arabic right now. But anyway, as part of your help, your charity efforts, you founded the Mjalli Foundation of Education, and you are the president of the American Academy of Palestine, both being charitable nonprofit organizations that provide financial aid for students in the form of scholarships, awards, and the development of schools for Palestinian youth in Palestine and abroad. Could you tell us more about these educational opportunities for Palestinian children and youth, and how did you decide to establish these two organizations?
Thank you for the question, Akhi Sam'an. These are part of my philanthropic work, part of my contributions to my people, to my society, to the Palestinian workforce, to the Palestinian youth, and that is to really help them with their education, to help them across to the next level by which they are successful in their lives. So it's the need. I mean, I was, my father is a farmer, a farmer, and we did not have a lot of money. We struggled, but then I got a scholarship. So I was lucky to do so. Without that help I've gotten, I wouldn't be where I am, and I wouldn't be able to help these people. So it is my passion to really invest in the Palestinian youth. I call them ثروة إنسانية يعني. This human capital is key to any nation. To invest in human capital, education is key, and that's where my passion is, and that's what I've been doing through these two organizations for the last 15, 20 years.
Thank you. This awards, just for Palestinians inside Palestine or for Palestinians anywhere, for example, in the camps of Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, or around the world?
We've helped Palestinians mainly in the West Bank, Jordan, the camps. I've helped few people, not many, outside these countries, because usually people who live in the U.S. or Europe, they don't really need the help. I mean, they're wealthy enough to go to college. So my focus has been on unfortunate communities like our Palestinian camps in Lebanon, in Jordan, in Syria, in the West Bank, in Gaza. These are the people who wanted the help the most, and that's what I've been trying to do. Again, I'm one person, but we've been very successful in helping thousands and thousands of Palestinian children or Palestinian graduates to go to the next level. So it's something I'm very proud of.
Thank you, Doctor. God bless you. I hope that we will find a lot of Dr. Adnan that feel the suffering of our people, their needs, even in Jordan, even in the West Bank, Gaza, or wherever they are. In fact, we are suffering too much. And thanks for your help. Again, God bless you. And here, I would like to ask you another question. As a professional who devotes much of his time to scientific research, business, teaching, and charity, and at the same time is a lover of Palestine, our beautiful Palestine. I love it too, which suffers humiliations due to the Israeli occupation of more than 74 years and the instability of the current leadership of the Palestinian Authority. They are there and they are nowhere. Anyway, do you have any interest in politics as a means to change the situation of Palestinian people?
Thank you for your question. Of course, I do have an interest in changing the lives of the Palestinian people. Either I am the president or not, this is not really the key issue right now. The key issue is Abu Mazen is okay, he was elected He is the legitimate president for the Palestinian people. But the question is, we haven't had elections in 12 years. There is separation almost between Gaza and the West Bank. There is separation between the Palestinians outside the West, Palestine, and inside. The leadership, both Abu Mazen, is troublesome. Because if there's no election, then basically we're stuck with these powerful rulers forever. حكام مطلقين منتفعين. This is the worst. If that's the case, this is the worst situation ever. The Palestinians throughout the history went through and are going through. So we need to really have elections to elect the Palestine National Council, the PNC, and the PLO, and the presidency, and the legislative center to get to the West, to have the West Bank, or to administer services to the West Bank and Gaza. And all of this to happen requires musalaha between Hamas and between Fatah, meaning reunifying everything, or both sides on the same table, to be able to run a proper election that will put forward what the people of Palestine elect, in terms of a president, in terms of a government, in terms of a PNC member. My goal and my passion has been to involve every single Palestinian everywhere in diaspora, inside Palestine, and this process of election. We should really do it with a full pride. I know Lebanon is not occupied country, but they do vote. All of the Lebanese in diaspora, they can vote in their elections, in Lebanon elections. It's my dream to really have all Palestinians vote for the PNC and vote for their presidents and vote for their government, prime minister, and really feel that they have a home, because most Palestinians who love that country, who have invested a lot of money and time and effort, they don't feel like it going back now, because they're not treated like Palestinians by the Palestinians.
Sure. Yeah. In fact, we must have elections as any other people in the world. The actual authority, Palestinian authority, they cannot be forever in their seats. We are in need. We have a lot of problems that a new Palestinian project can resolve this and lead us to better life, to independence, to have liberty as any other people. And we saw that Mr. Abbas been trying to have peace, but peace will never come in this way. We should be one people, as you said, Hamas, with Fatah, with everybody. We should, and we have the same way to lead and to reach our liberty. There's no other way, and the elections is the key. So Mr. Abbas must let people have it, and he should took us as a diaspora, that we are Palestinians too, and we have the right to elect our new council, our new government, and our new president. I hope so, and I hope that he will be a little bit more democratic. Dr. Adnan, if we could have these free elections in the new free future, under democratic conditions. Till now, we didn't have it. With the participations of the 15 million Palestinians living around the world in historic Palestine and wherever they are, and where we could elect our leadership with the commitment to build a project of struggle for freedom, independence, and to fulfill the right of return of Palestinians to their own land. Would Dr. Adnan Mjalli be interested in participating as a political leader? You know what I mean in leader, huh?
I know. Okay, for me, I'm a businessman. I'm a scientist. I'd like to usually build bridges between people, among people across countries, to help create jobs, prosperity, and to really help create peace and stability in the regions of interest. It's my dream for the Palestinians to come together under democratic, conditions, as you described it. I would love to be in the business. If there are a line of leaders, I might be the last one in the line to want to become a politician.
We don't know, huh?
I enjoy
Anyway,
my life. I enjoy my life. I love my life. I could help Palestine and Palestinians every time, every day. Either they are, either we have a president who's duly elected or not. That's my passion. The day that you described, that when that day comes, it's a huge wedding لكل الشعب الفلسطيني, to all Palestinians everywhere, because that means we are going to force peace and really proclaim our land.
I hope so. I hope so. One day we will be a free people, free country. It's our own. It's our land. As you said, you are from Salfit. I'm from Safad. Others from here, from there, and we still waiting to return to our land in a very different conditions, without occupation, in a free democratic country. So we are in need really for these elections. We must have a new parliament, Palestinian parliament, to lead us for a new program that we lost our way during this 29 years of trying to have a peace that will never come without force. So we must have the force of unity, first of all, and to let the world know our rights, to let them hear our voice. And we know that there's a lot of countries that have double standards, but the peoples of the world are with our cause, because it's a cause of justice, a political cause, a human choice. But we hope so, and we hope that we will meet together one day in Palestine libre, y que viva Palestina. Anyway, finally, Doctor, before closing our program, The time is running too quickly. As a Palestinian living in the diaspora, you are living everywhere, I see. What would
Yeah.
you say is the thing you miss the most from your home country?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I travel to 90% of the countries worldwide. I have homes in many countries. I have a beautiful farm in the US. I have a beautiful farm in Palestine. I have two homes in Palestine. And the only thing I miss is of course, the food and the environment and people, but really the way I sleep. I sleep deep, I go through deep sleep, and I enjoy the the wind uh, coming from the mountains and the Majid and Amr and the sea. It just has a special feeling and special touch, and really I sleep well. I sleep very, very well. Very high level of oxygen. Plus that's my childhood area. So the breeze coming the way, coming from Haifa through and hitting the mountains of Jenin and Tubas, and makes its way to Sahel Houran in Syria. That feeling is just I miss all the time, and you cannot find that feeling even in Jordan, where I am right now, in Amman, and neither in Europe or nor the U.S. So that's what I miss the most, and I miss obviously the tradition. The people are good people. They're very genuine, very honest people. I miss that, and mainly from the West, mainly from my home. My home, yeah. So the question, I miss more things from my home than any other place I've been to.
Yeah, yeah. Really, we miss everything there. We miss our
Yeah.
tradition. We miss our food too. أكلة مسخن في رام الله. It's extraordinary. Or our fruits. You remember? I think that
Our
there's
figs,
no fruits in the world
our figs.
that we can compare it with the Palestinian fruit. Anyway, Doctor, thank you so much. Remember that we are waiting for you. You must fulfill your promise and visit us here. It will be a great pleasure. And I hope that we can see each other's too. Maybe I will be in Palestine in some months, and we can see each other. Thank you so much for your time and for the great information that you gave us.
Thank you, Habib Sam'an. I really appreciate it. And remember, there are successful Palestinians in 170 countries. And no other nation on earth has that, power, across
Human.
170 countries. So
Yeah.
we could make our own UN if we were to meet.
Thank you so much. Gracias por estar con nosotros, doctor Adnan, y esperamos que se va a repetir. Y gracias por la audiencia, gracias por WOW TV, por esta oportunidad que me está dando a los palestinos para que escuchan y que ven qué cualidades de gente tenemos en este mundo. ¿Quién va a creer que un palestino tan joven como el que estuvimos ahorita con el doctor Adnan Mjalli, 700 patentes de medicinas, tantas compañías, tantas ramas de trabajo ayuda, francamente da orgullo. Y yo sé que muchos hay, como el doctor Adnan Mjalli, y si no somos iguales, somos distintos, pero siempre en nuestra mirada para Palestina, para su liberación, para su apoyo y su ayuda. Muchas gracias y hasta pronto.